Hey, how's it going, you guys? Welcome back to some more 9-9. Last episode, we finally watched the Mobius Ring anime, so that was nice. I've been wanting them to kind of do that to get some more knowledge about it and just be able to compare it to what's happening in reality. And then we also learned a little bit about the history of the town, things like that. And we saw Sora's butt. Yeah, so anyways, we're going to continue on. We finished all the food Kujo made for us yesterday, so today I'm making do with a poultry piece of toast, followed by eating the lunch I bought from the convenience store a bit early. Since yesterday I've been going over all the documents again, but... What's on your mind, Sora? What's going on here? She's like, what do you mean? I have to leave? Sora glances up from my PC, which she's been hogging all day to surf the web, and gives me a look of mock surprise. No, not allowed. Gosh, it's been 3 days? I hate that stupid face of yours. So smug. Yeah, it pissed me off too. If you break out in tears, we're kicking you out right now. Yeah, research, sure. Gosh, she's like my wife when it comes to studying, you know? I think she's like working really hard on an assignment and I look over at her computer. She's on Facebook. Shame, shame. Sora indignantly turns the monitor towards me. Oh, she's on the Leaves of Augustia form. Is she gonna say it's really bad? I knew it. Garbo. I didn't know people said that. I say that. I didn't know this was like a thing. Yeah, I've seen plenty of shows that have like decent animation and then you're like, the substance of it is just not there. Yeah. Wait, what do you mean what game they're playing? That's not a game? I hate to tell you, that's just how people who watch anime do. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I like looking at some of the wiki pages sometimes. Look up at the monitor. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't understand that either. You know, Sora, for once, I'll give you this one. I think you genuinely... I wouldn't expect you to understand this, because I don't either. But I mean, that is suspicious, so they're using jargon that's not from the anime. I wonder if that would be an idea of an actual user, if they have jargon that's, you know, not a part of that. And maybe we could look into, like, the lore or something? I don't know. Just saying that embarrasses me. So we have all these like cool names like the Red Baron, the Duke of Darkness, the Queen of Eden, and then Harry. This freaking dude.
みんなどっぷりの常連なんだけど、エデンの女王だけ最近書き込みが増えてる。
Okay, so that's Kousaka, right? That's her name?
ちょっと前までは数日に1回くらいだったんだけど、これかな、18日くらいから毎日書き込んでるね。
And you're only just now telling me this. We should be looking at what she's saying.
18フェスの翌日か。
怪しいですな。
お前アーティファクト手に入れたのいつだ？
火事のすぐ後かな。家帰ったら、あ、そうだ。
Sora twists around and reaches for her bag. She fishes around inside and pulls something out.
みやこ先輩は見せない方がいいって言ってたけど。
Oh, I think this is our first time seeing it, isn't it? Have we seen it before? If we have, I don't remember. Pretty interesting design, though. I was told that each artifact has a unique pattern to it. I'm gonna be honest, well, I mean, you know who you are. When you said that, I wasn't sure, like, what you meant by that. I'm like, what do you mean pattern? Like a design? Like, I would assume they each have a different design, but interesting. I noticed that there's like this kind of a theme. Like, there's the cross. Like, the other one that the fire guy had was a cross, and then she has a cross on here too. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm not really discerning anything special from hers. I'm sure that it might be relevant later. I see there's like the star. Almost seems like there's a little bit of like Christianity references.
ブレスレット？
バングルかな、気づいたら持ってた。
Sora turns it over in her hands. Like Kujo's hair clip, it looks like a silver piece of jewelry with a simple design.
それが空のアーティファクトか。
To be honest, I never really paid too much attention to Kujo's. I probably should. Then I could compare it better.
ぽい。結構かわいい。不思議な力とかなかったら普通につけてたかも。
外せなくなっても知らないぞ。
こわ、呪いのアイテムかよ。
Yes, kind of. Sora throws the bangle back into her bag. Shouldn't you treat the thing giving you superpowers more gently?
まあとにかく今のところ掲示板見ててもこいつだって人はいないかな。
Well, I'd hope not.
エデンの女王が怪しいかもってくらいか。
Oh, they don't know who she is right now, do they? They haven't made that association.
そっちは？
俺はまあぼちぼち。
I flip through the documents until I find the page I'm
イー
looking
リスに
for.
ついてはあっさり見つかった。ほらここ。記述が一箇所あるらしい。
ほう、やっぱりいましたか。
ただ白蛇様の名前であるとは書いてないみたいだな。文脈からおそらくそうだろうって感じ。
白蛇様、白田様。
ん？
みんな白蛇様って言うけど、さつきちゃんは白田様って言うよね。
Yeah, because would a serpent and a viper be the same thing? Like, I feel like they could, but maybe not.
ああ。白田つくも神社だしな。
Mine's called the Shrine of the White Viper's Relic.
でも成瀬のおじいちゃんも白蛇様派だよね。
その辺なんかあんのかな。文献調べた結果白田様の方が正しいと分かったとか。
Sounds like there could be a clue in this. Like, why is there two different names?
そもそもなんで蛇？
I leaf through the documents. I feel like I read something about
あ、
that.
わかった。石化するからか。メデューサだよ。
ギリシア神話だろそれ。この伝承の時代に伝わってたのかね。
Yeah, I always thought about comparing them, but yeah, now that he puts it that way, that's kind of true.
そっか。あ、言うじゃん。蛇に睨まれたカエル、神に睨まれた鬼だよ。
Sort of combine the two.
無理やり関連付けられないこともないが。
Alright, what did you find?
わからん。読んで。
せめて読もうとする素振りは見せろよ。いわゆる土着信仰ってやつ。昔から蛇を信仰していたんじゃないかってさ。
Huh. So it got retconned to fit the new savior.
また変わった信仰ですね。
Yeah, a lot of the old ones are.
そうでもない
They're
らしい。
interesting.
縄文時代からあったポピュラーな信仰っぽいな。
縄文とか昔すぎて全くピンとこない。
I love the way Sora talks sometimes. That was hella long, man.
まあな。で、もともと蛇信仰があったから、 不思議な力を操るイーリスを神そのものと思ったっぽい。
Huh,
ぽい
interesting.
ぽいばっかだね。
はっきりしないんだとさ。資料が少ない。
魔眼については？
弱点とかはわからないんだが、人睨みで鬼を石に変えた。これが発動条件な気がするんだよな。
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's probably a pretty obvious thing. Just from what we've learned so far, it seems like at first they kind of had to stare at them for a while, and they did it in like sections, but now it seems like the evil eye users gotten good enough by their third victim. It seemed like they were able to just like instantly turn them to stone, or at least like their whole body after probably like a few seconds, whatever. But the other reason why I would say it's obvious that it's sight, just because evil eye, you know, you probably need sight.
目で見た相手を石にする？
そう。
But there might be more to it than that. We'll have to see.
まんまメデューサじゃん。
同一人物だったりしてな。メデューサとイーリス。
神話の正体はアーティファクトを持った異世界人か。面白いねそれ。
まだ生きてるらしいし、異世界人はどんだけ長生きなんだか。
I don't know, too freaking long, I guess. I dumped a stack of papers onto my bed. I haven't read this much in a long time. It's starting to make my eyes feel tired.
結局何もわからないで終了？
That's literally how this whole game's gone. We're just chasing Ghost.
魔眼のユーザーが異世界人である可能性に気がつけたし、発動条件らしきものも分かった。
ソフィーがもっといろいろ教えてくれればいいのにね。
Yeah, freaking Sophie. She's holding out information on us.
だな。けどあいつ、何にも知らない可能性あるぞ。
Do you really believe that, Kakaru? I think she knows a lot more than she's saying, which is fine. I feel like there's just some information we don't need to know right now.
そうなの？あんな態度でかかったのに。
俺の監視で忙しいとか暦が悪いとか、わけわかんないこと言って自分で動こうとしないんだよ。
Yeah, I do understand that there probably is reasons behind why she does the things she does. I'm not saying that. I just feel like she does know more about what's going on than she lets off. I'm not saying like she has the whole thing figured out, but
何暦？
she definitely withholds things. When is the right time? Who knows?
さあ、ただまあ、あんまり頼りすぎない方がいいだろうな。謎が多すぎる。
Yeah, I don't think there's a reason not to trust her, but there's definitely not a reason to put too much trust into her. If that makes sense.
みやこ先輩はどう言ってるの？
異世界人と交流しちゃったって感動してた。
Fair enough. I'll give her that. That'd be kind of cool.
あー、ピュアだもんな先輩。人を疑うこと知らなそう。
街を守ろうって燃えてるからな。
あれ？
ん？
温度差を感じた。
何がだよ。
ニーニも一緒になって燃えてるかと思った。この街を守るぜって。
Why'd you say it like that?
ああ。まあ、どうだろうな。
お前、
なんだよ。
下心だろう。ああ、
So
そう
good.
なんだ。みやこ先輩と仲良くなるためにオッケーしただろ。やってやるぜとかカッコつけただろ。
No, we would never do that. No, couldn't be. Gosh, sorry. You poser.
夕飯どうすっかな。
He's changing the subject.
まだ早いよ。うわ、最低かよ。下心で協力するとか最低かよ、この人。
Hey, I don't know. Apparently, Sora's been gaslighting us. She really wants us to get with her instead, apparently.
うっせえな。お前だって別にないだろ。大義とか信念とかそういうの。
ふっざ、あるよ。私はほら、あれだよ。
Okay, let's hear it. I want to hear it. What are you gonna say? What could you possibly say?
暇つぶしだよ。
That's such a bad reason.
バカかよ。
You are an idiot.
うっせ、そっちがバカだ、バカ。
Okay, I'm not saying we're not an idiot, but you're a bigger idiot. Continue hurling insults back and forth. You know, we're supposed to be banding together to save the town here, but our teamwork freaking sucks. Alright, what is today? 25th. Okay.
早くしろ。 行くぞ。
待って待って、スマホが行方不明。
Well, that sounds like a personal problem. It's not my fault. I hurry Sora along in the morning, then we set out together. On the agenda.
ふんふん、ニーニと一緒に初登校。
初じゃないだろ。
家から一緒に行くのは初めてでしょ。
ここはお前の家じゃなくて俺の家だ。
ちくそ、なんて頑固な兄だ。
Hey, you be nice. You're imposing on me. So my shameless sister and I walked to school together. And yeah, she is very shameless. Found that out last episode. She's just bearing it all. Stop at the convenience store on the way to pick up lunch. I thought Sora would complain about having to eat crappy pre-made food, but she's surprisingly excited. Well, I feel like the pre-made food in Japan is just like pretty good.
一回やってみたかったんだよね。お昼買ってくの。
いつでもできるだろ。
お母さんが毎朝せっかく作ってくれてるのに言いにくいじゃん。今日はお弁当いらないとか。
Yeah, I mean, I would rather just have my mom make me a meal anyways. I mean, it'd probably be way better.
前日に言っとけばいいじゃん。おかんもその分寝られて助かるだろ。
一回行ってみたことあるんだけど、めっちゃ悲しい顔されたもん。あらそうってあんなしょんぼりされたらもう言えないよ。
Yeah, that sounds like a mom.
そんな料理好きだっけ。
目覚めたっぽい。毎日ウッキウキで作ってるよ、キャラ弁。
え、キャラ弁。
なんかこうかわいい。友達には好評なんだけど、実は食べるの超恥ずかしい。
Hey, I'd just be freaking grateful that somebody was making me food.
それは言ってもいいんじゃないか。キャラ弁やめてくれって。
言えないって、私親にはこびるから。ずうずうしい態度取るのニーニだけだから。
Hey, who decided that, okay? If anything, Sora's the troublemaker here, not me.
は？
かわいい妹にひれ伏せ。
Shut up.
そろそろぶっ飛ばすぞお前。
Freaking, I wish he would.
マジトーンでそういうこと言うのやめてくれます？意外とビビりますからね。私ビビりですからね。
As always, we bicker about nothing as we make our way to school. Right around the station, we run into the usual gaggle of guys. The Queen of Eden.
荷物。
And in the center of the flock walks their timid queen. Sometimes she's timid.
なんかさらに数増えてない？取り巻きの。
I wonder, so, like, she obviously has some kind of, like, double personality thing going on. Not sure what's the deal with that. But, it's interesting to me. I feel like maybe her main personality, the one that's really, like, shy and stuff, I wonder if she really, like, understands what all is going on. And the other one is just, like, kind of manipulating things and just, I don't know, probably more in control, I guess.
なんなんだろうなあ
I
れ。
have no idea, though.
今日は迷惑そうにしてんな。
この前まで偉そうにしてたのにね。変なの。ニーニの同級生じゃないんだよね。
Let's see, she's a third year, right?
違うな。
じゃあ3年生か。1年でもなさそうだし。
今まで見たことなかったんだけどな。
じゃあ最近になって急にモテ始めたのかな。
宝くじでも当たったんかね。
実はアイドルだったことがバレたとか。
I mean, that's probably a good guess.
何？
お前自分の発言覚えてる？
5秒前の会話すら覚えてませんが。
Amen. I'm the same way.
もうやだこいつ。
なんだよ、そういうのやめろよ。もうやめなさい。
あ？
What the frick is going on? Sora and I cut our conversation short to look at where the shout came from. The fan club is standing stock still. The girl in the center is glaring at them with disdain.
私に触れようとするなど、身の程をわきまえなさい。
Okay, could you, like, calm your personalities down for just, like, 2
語尾
seconds?
へつらえばなびくと思ったら大間違いですわよ。私、そんな安い女じゃありませんの。
I am really curious to know how freaking episode 3 is gonna be with her. Like, I do not like her character at all, but I'm like, I don't know, there's gotta be a side to her that we're not seeing, you know? Stare at, okay, well, we're seeing a lot of sides of her, actually, so maybe I am seeing all of them. Stare at her, stunned by the sudden change in attitude.
ついに切れたか。
あれが素なのかな。キャラ変わりすぎですわよってリアルで言う人、私の人生であの人が初めて。
Same.
お嬢様っつうかお姫様っつうかいるんだ。
お姫様、女王様。
Ooh, are they making the connection right here?
あのさ、こんな偶然ないだろう。
エデンの女王だって
Okay, good. We are making this connection. Perfect.
兄貴もそう思いやしたか。
That's important that
掲
we
示
do
板
that.
の書き込みもあんな口調だったなって思っただけ
そうなんだよね。異常なモテっぷり、唐突なキャラ変化。
こんなあっさり見つかるもんかね
調べてみればわかる。
調べるってどうやって
任せておくんなせい。
Oh, okay. So one thing that's different about this, right, is, and hopefully I'm right about this, I'm pretty confident, but we were with Miyako at this point when this happened. Because she went and gave that note, right, and they were, like, talking about this. So this is where this is a little bit different. Like, Miyako's not here right now, and I'm not really sure what she's gonna do. Is she gonna leave a note? Ignoring my warning, Sora trots over to the group of guys. She slips into the crowd without attracting so much as a single glance.
では行きますわよ。節度を守ってついていらっしゃいね。
The group shuffles off towards the school. Sora briefly looks back and gives me a thumbs up before following them. Oh, okay, so she's just blending in now. Well, they seriously work. I never really believed in them until just now.
考えなしに動きすぎだろあいつ
Yeah, that could have been something we could talk about. Sighing to myself, I start walking again. As long as nothing happens, it's fine. But I get the feeling things won't go so smoothly. That's good to think that way. That's very realistic of you.
眠い月曜の朝が一番きついな
Hey, I don't want to hear from the mastermind of this whole shebang. I don't know what... He's got to be bad. Something's up with him. I just don't know what it is.
休みを引きずってる
I'm like so dead set on it now. I can't go back. He can't go back to being the nice childhood friend. Or not even childhood friend, just school friend. I toy with my smartphone as I talk to Yoichi. Sora's been sending me live updates on the supposed Queen of Eden. Oh crap, this really feels like a royal procession or something. This is not just some hyper-popular girl. Like, all the dudes are seriously treating her like a goddess. Found out her name. It's Haruka Kousaka. All the dudes call her Haruka-sama. It's pretty hilarious. Oh hey, you know what's really creepy? The moment she sat down, all the other students in the class did too, and everyone instantly went silent. It was freaky. She just started looking at the Augustia form on her phone. I can't be 100% sure, but I think this girl's our queen. I would say so. I think that's pretty good confirmation. Her messages are coming so fast I don't even have time to respond. She's on the leaves of Augustia. Guys are falling all over her, and her classmates are acting abnormally. I think we found a girl.
誰
妹
仲いいね
普通だよ普通
He says that, but apparently he gets together with her in this, so... Give Yoichi a half-hearted reply, then text, "Get your butt back to class. The bell's about to ring." Please don't talk about her butt. But let's just not do that. Let's just not. She texts back, "I've got a bunch I need to tell you guys, so let's meet after school. Bring Mia with you." Gotcha. Be careful on your way back to class. With that, I put my phone away. There's a very real chance this Queen of Eden, Haruka Kousaka, is a user. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. But the question is, will she be an ally, or... I wonder if we'll get to know her a little bit better in this. Like, obviously, the next episode, we're probably going to get to really know her, but I wonder if we'll get a little bit more information. I would love to know kind of more about Noah's power. Yeah, I just don't see this turning out well.
ごめんなさい。お待たせ。
I meet up with Kujo at the front gate after school. The plan is to listen to Sora's report, but...
ソラちゃんは
また尾行してる気になることがあるって
大丈夫かな。高坂先輩だよね。
だな気配はちゃんと消せてるみたいだし
And yet you still seem worried.
心配そうな
Oh,
顔
frick, I'm
して
reading
る
her line.
あいつが何かやらかさないかってな今日バイトはないんだよな
今日はお休み。
じゃあ
I'm about to suggest she come over to my place, but then I stop myself. Sora's stuff is strewn all over my room. It's not really clean enough to bring visitors to right now. Plus, knowing Kujo, she'd offer to clean up for me if she saw the mess.
ナインボールでいいか
大丈夫だよ。
I feel so bad we're always making her
ナ
go
インボー
there.
ルで空を待つか
It's like, who wants to go to their work on their day off?
荷物カゴに入れてね。
ありがとう
Plop my bag into the basket of Kujo's bike, and the two of us start walking. On the way, I text Sora that we'll be waiting at 9 Ball, and she instantly replies with a Roger.
気になることってなんだろう。
さあな、あいつノリで動くからな。
やっぱり心配？
集合させたくせに何も分かりませんでしたとか言いそう。あいつのことだから。
I mean, hey, that's just how it is.
何？
新見くんってとってもいいお兄ちゃんだよね。
I would say so. I think he's a caring brother, for sure.
見てくれよ。
Cujo gives me a teasing smile. She's the good one around here, not me. Though it's too embarrassing to say that out loud.
あ、そうだ、助かったよ。多めに作ってくれたおかげで朝飯が豪華になった。
あどういたしまして。あ、お父様とお母様にもご挨拶しないとだよね。
ああ、気にしなくていいから俺から言っとく。
ごめんね、お願いします。
I changed the subject and we continued chatting idly for a while. It feels so bad though, we're not in her route anymore. I wonder if the Queen of Parfaits is going to be here. We enter the store, tell the waiter we're expecting one more person, and sit down at a table for 4. While we wait for Sora, we order a couple of drinks.
あいついつ来るかな。
Wait, why did we sit down for a table for 4 if there's 3 of us? I mean, I guess a table for 3 would be a table for 4 as well, but I don't know. Am I reading into that too much?
こうしてるんだよね。
そう、妙にやる気になってるんだよな。朝にいつもの集団見つけてから。
先輩と大勢の男子だよね。
そうそう。
I'd given Cujo an overview via text, but it might not be a bad idea to give her a more in-depth explanation while we wait. I start by telling her about Kousaka-senpai, I then go into why Sora started tailing her. I wrap up by explaining the things we learned about from the documents Miss Naruse gave us.
そっか、魔眼のユーザーが異世界人。確かにその可能性もあるね。
Gosh, that was a big kind of revelation last episode. Sophie's just like, yeah, there could be multiple people from the other world. I have no idea. It's like, well, that's kind of a big deal, don't you think?
ああ、そうなると確実に俺たちよりアーティファクトの扱いはうまいだろ。手に負えるかどうか。
その資料私も。
Cujo cuts off abruptly. I turn towards the entrance to spot Sora. She's got her head down and is trying to keep a low profile like a thief. Guessing she's using her power right now, so it just looks like an idiot. She's...
殿、密偵から戻ってまいりましたぞ。
Alright, milady, what did you find out?
ご苦労。
お疲れ様です。
どうだった？
ちょっと待って、飲み物頼ませて。
I love how he calls his sister an idiot, and then she's just doing this thing again. It's like, it only reinforces it. Sora sits down next to me and raises a hand to call a waiter over. She orders herself a ginger ale, chugs down the water fountain. Chugs down my water fountain. Hey, and sighs contentedly.
で、どうだった？
ユーザーだね。あ、そっか。どんな能力？わかんないけど、魅了とか？学年の人たち全員からモテてた。でね、あ、待って。
Did you get some photographic evidence? Sora's drink arrives, so she cuts short her explanation. She swirls her drink with a straw, waiting for the waiter to leave.
でね、朝なんか急にさ、高飛車になったじゃん。
だな。
席に着いたらさ、またおどおどしだして、その途端周りの人たちも正気に戻ったっていうか。
When she sat down, she went back to being all timid. When she did, all the guys looked like they just come back to their senses or something.
正気に？
Interesting. Okay. So she can like turn it off, on and off. I was wondering about that because I'm like, that'd be really suspicious if they're just always like hanging around her and like ignoring all their real life responsibilities.
そうとしか表現できないんだけど、それまでお行儀よく着席してたのに、高坂って先輩が落ち着いた途端、急にみんなが普通に話し出して、
Huh.
それまでのモテモテっぷりがなかったみたいにさ、誰も高坂先輩のこと気にしないの。
魅了の能力を使うと性格が変わるのか？解除したから戻った。よくわからないな。
That still doesn't make sense to me though. So when she's all timid and stuff and they just kind of ignore her, is that on purpose? Like, are they still technically charmed, but they're like, it's supposed to be kind of like a low-key kind of thing? Like they're not paying her any attention, so it doesn't make her stand out as much? Because like, why would they just all like sit around and talk to each other? I mean, maybe they're friends or something, and it just seems weird that they could just go back to being normal like that and not see a problem with it.
ねえ、ところでさ、なんで私ジンジャーエールをかき混ぜてるの？
Frick if I know, you tell me.
知らねえよ。
やだ、炭酸抜けちゃう。
Sora puts her mouth to the straw and starts sipping her drink. She sure is relaxed for someone who just wrapped up a spy mission.
スティグマは確認できた？いや、できてないっす。
ユーザーなのはほぼほぼ確定だが、まだ 100% とは言えないか。
We're not 100%, but we're like 99, okay?
いや、100% だよ。アガスティアのさ、司令官。
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those cases of it's like hand sanitizer. You know how it says 99.9% it kills old germs? I mean, the reason behind that is just it can't reach every single place where the germs are on your hand, right? Like, you're bound to miss some. It technically would kill all the germs it comes in contact with, just about. So, I feel like that's one of these cases. Like, we have all of the evidence, we just haven't seen the stigma, which would be 100% confirmed. But it's like 99.9.
管理人さん？
But yes, apparently she is talking with one of the admins. We did kind of know about this a little bit.
そうそう、どうも個人的にやり取りしてるみたい。
メッセージで？
やり取りしてるところ覗いちゃった。力の相談してた。力の？じゃあその司令官さんも？
まさか本物が運営しているサイトだったとはな。
まだそこまではわかんない。なりきりの延長かもしれないし。
それ言うなら先輩の方だってなりきりかもしれないぞ。
そうだけど、なんかね、急にモテ始めて辛い的なこと相談してたんだよね。力が勝手に発動してめっちゃモテる的な。
I'm just gonna throw this guess out there, but is her split personality, is that a thing from her artifact? Is the other personality, is that like maybe another person from the other world? That like lives in the artifact, I guess, and like when it activates, like she flips the personality, so like the other person's in control. Maybe something like that. I have no idea though.
あのモテ方異
So
常
that's a
でしょ。
guess.
なりきりであれやってるんだったら大したもんっすよ。
I definitely feel like now that we're getting into this idea of there's other people that have come, like from Sophie's world, that are here. I'm just looking at that a lot more. I feel like there's going to be a lot more people that we think are from this world but are from another, right?
まあ確かにな。
Gotta consider our possibilities here. And it wouldn't surprise me if there was a relic that essentially let her like go back and forth between personalities, because it could be, I don't know, she might have multiple relics too, who knows.
私は直接見ていないけれど、そんなにすごいの？もうほんとお姫様。ちょっと羨ましい。私もあんな風にチヤホヤされたい。
Don't lie to us. All you want is your brother, and it disgusts me.
じゃあまずその性格直せ。
直すとこなどない。
Sunny
ね、司令
disposition.
官がさ、掲示板でみんなに相談してみればみたいなこと言っててさ、先輩の方はでもとか、みんなに話すのは不安とかさ。
お前そういうとこだぞ。その口の悪さを直せ。
うっさいな。でね、そこからっすよ。大事なのは今日会うらしいんすよ。
Well, frick, why didn't you say that earlier?
今日司令官さんも白光川の人？
Oh yeah, I feel like most people in this story are gonna live here. Like, I feel like that's kind of the idea behind it. This is like the town where all the folklore stems from for the anime. It just would make sense that most of the characters are gonna like be from here,
じゃ
if
な
not
い
all.
かな。もう一人来るっぽい。知人のユーザーがいるって。彼女が助けになってくれるだろうって言ってた。知人のユーザー。
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
わかりません。なので確かめに行きます。
は？行くの？
あと30分しかないので、そろそろ行きます。大丈夫？
Yeah, it sounds freaking dangerous.
任せなさい。もし本物だったら一気に3人だよ。ユーザー&アーティファクト探し大前進。でもその一人が魔眼のユーザーの可能性もあるから あんまり無理はしない方が。
Gosh, this feels like the end of episode 1, except it's happening way earlier, and then we obviously don't have Noah with us.
大丈夫だって、その時は逃げるから。私の能力思ったよりすごいって分かった。見られてない状態で発動すればほんと透明人間。
I don't feel like that's going to be the case for everybody, though.
なんかやけにやる気だな。
And then they could have some kind of relic that allows them to detect people, too.
RPG の仲間探しみたいで楽しい。
Searching for two party members in our
お前な、今九条が言っただろ。仲間じゃなくてラスボスの可能性もあるぞ。
それこそ大収穫じゃん。魔眼のユーザーの正体分かったら勲章ものでしょ。2階級特進。
or you'll die, and we don't want that, so.
それ死んでるだろ。
あれ、もしかしてニーヤン心配してらっしゃいます？
Well, of course we are. What do you mean? We're not that heartless.
ミミくん、ずっと心配してるよ。ソ
Hey,
ラちゃんのこと。
don't tell her that.
まあいや。
なんだよ、ニーニーってば。素直じゃないんだから。
うっせえよ。気をつけろよ。無茶はすんな。
Frick. As much as, like, I feel like we should be on standby there, I feel like it'd be so much easier for her to just slip in and out.
分かってる分かってる。
待て。
I just hope she literally doesn't, like, stand in the middle of, you know, the open.
何？まだなんかあんの？
ジンジャーエール台を置いていけ。
ドロン。
いや、ドロンじゃねえよ。見えてるっつうの。
She's trying to use her
ま
power.
た戻ってくるからいいじゃん。ここで待って。
Ah, no. She bounces to her feet and rushes out the door. It's nice that she's hyped up to help, but the eager beaver attitude is seriously not measuring me at all.
ついていくべき。
あ、しまった。
待つにしても念のため知っておいた方がいいよね。
聞いてみる。
Pull out my phone and shoot off a message. A few minutes later, I get a reply. Shiro Mitsugawa. Wow, crazy. I know that you mourn. I want to know where in Shiro Mitsugawa. Despite the fact that it shows my message as read, there's no reply. The little gremlin is ignoring me. She really doesn't want us to meet up with her, huh?
どう？
ダメだ。あいつ多分楽しんでるな。力使うのと尾行するの。
I'm just worried something like terrible is gonna happen,
心
though.
配だけど。
はしゃいでやらかさないといいけどな。
I think she really like puts a lot of faith in her power, which for maybe normal people that'd be fine, but we're talking about users, and you never know what you're gonna get. Take a sip of ginger ale Sora left behind. It'd be a waste just to leave it here. Oh wait, Kujo won't think it's weird we're drinking from the same glass, right? I mean, we're siblings and all. Kujo doesn't even seem to register I'm drinking Sora's drink. She gazes out the window while she sips her iced tea. Yeah, I feel like if you're siblings, what does it matter? You literally have the same blood. For a while, she puts her drink down and looks back to me.
でも心配しすぎかも。高坂先輩はユーザーかもしれないけれど、他の二人もそうだとは限らないもの。しかもそのうち一人が魔眼のユーザーなんて。
まあ。
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, though. Give Kujo a half-hearted reply and check the time on my smartphone. Sora said the meeting was in 30 minutes, right? Like Kujo said, it's unlikely that any of the people at the meeting will end up being the user of the evil eye, but...
とにかく待つしかないか。
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at the least if they have connections to that person. I mean, we already know the admin does.
お兄ちゃんだね。
いやいや、あいつやらかすから。迷惑かけられるのが心配なだけ。
Kujo gives a knowing giggle and takes a sip of her tea. I mean it though, I just don't want me or anyone to have to deal with problems Sora creates. But even if I try to argue, Kujo won't believe me. Well, whatever, I guess it's not all bad for her to think that just because I'm a caring brother.
悪いな。付き合わせて。
もともと私が巻き込んだことだから。
いや、俺も好きでやってるから。
ありがとう。
We continue chatting while we wait for Sora to return. Look, we'd be waiting a while. 30 minutes have passed and the meeting should have begun, but I've yet to hear from Sora. Kujo and I are starting to grow nervous.
大丈夫かな。
朝は思いっきり接近しても気づかれてなかったんだよな。まあ、大丈夫だろう。
Another 15 minutes pass. Still nothing from Sora. I'm really starting to get worried. I offer a small prayer that I'm just fretting over nothing.
なんか頼む飲み物もうないし結構居座ってるし
そうだね。
アイスティーでいいじゃあ俺はと
My phone starts buzzing. Oh, it's Sora calling me. Finally, Kujo's expression grows
注文は
relieved.
後で
I tap the answer button and put the phone in my ear.
もしもし
お兄ちゃん、ごめん。
待てどうした何があった
君か彼女に
Oh,
こそこそ
frick.
嗅ぎ回らせていたのは
Ah, frick. Not good. Not good. I hear an unfamiliar male voice on the other end.
新見くん。
Kujo looks at me apprehensively. Try to signal with my eyes that it's an emergency and then turn my attention back to the man on the
誰
phone.
君は AF ユーザー
Looks like he's not planning on answering me. Furthermore, he knows about users and he must know about Sora's power. There's no doubt about it. He is a user too.
沈黙は肯定と受け取るユーザーであるなら資格がある神社に来い白田つくも神社そこで話そう
妹に代われ
傷つけるつもりはないすぐに会えるさでは神社で待っている
おい待っ
Well, frick, this is going not too good. That's my phone and hiss in frustration.
どうしたの？ソラちゃん大丈夫？
捕まったらしい
捕まったって高坂先輩。
いや男だもしかしたら司令官ってやつかもな神社に呼び出された
待って、私も一緒に。
危ないぞあいつ間違いない
Well, then that's why you freaking need someone to come with you, man.
だったらなおさら役に立てると思う。
わかった一緒に行こう手を貸してくれ
ソラちゃんを助けよう。
Grab my bag and the receipt and head to the sales register. He said he has no intention of hurting Sora, but I don't trust him. I don't even know what he's after. Wait for me, Sora. I'll be there soon. Frickin' Parfait Queen, you come too. I wonder if she's gonna follow us. By the time we get close to the shrine, night is falling. There's hardly anyone on the streets. Neither of us said a word on the way here. We just ran as hard as we could. We're finally almost there. We didn't have a second to spare, so we ran at full speed without any consideration for Kujo. Though she managed to keep up, she's panting heavily. If the other party's looking for a fight, a guy like me without any powers won't stand a chance. So I stopped to let Kujo catch her breath, but she just says she's fine and urges me to keep going. I nod to her and sprint through the shrine gates. There are only a few lights on in the vicinity. I can't see very far ahead of me. From what I can tell, there's no one nearby. Where are you, Sora? I'm tempted to yell out her name, but I've stopped myself at the last minute. It's possible the Mr. Kidnapper already knows who she is, but if he doesn't, I'd be an idiot just to tell them. You're the one who called me here, so stop sulking in the shadows.
来たぞどこだ
I hear Sora's voice. Kujo and I whirl around simultaneously. We strain our eyes trying to peer through the darkness. I can barely make out a silhouette. It's not moving. I approach cautiously, keeping my guard up. After a few steps, I'm able to make out the details. Oh, hello, red-haired guy.
思ったよりも遅かったな
Interesting. Is that the guy that was turned to stone? I don't think we really got like a suit. Well, we kind of got to look at him. It's the same voice I heard on the phone. He's wearing a Hakusen uniform, means he's probably a fellow classmate. Interesting. Okay. So we got freaking Kousaka over here. We got this dude, and then we got the hoodie girl, who's apparently the evil eye user. The other is also a girl, but the deep hood on her sweatshirt makes it impossible to see her
怖がらせて
face.
すまなかったねもう
The man shoves Sora from behind. Surprised that she's being let go this easily, Sora blinks a few times before dashing over to me.
無事か
怪我はない？大丈夫。
I give her a quick look over, but I don't see any visible injuries. She wasn't manhandled, at least. My only concern would be, can Kousaka, like, use her power and essentially, like, have it be something she could activate later? That would be my concern. And then we have no idea what his power is. And I'm pretty sure the hooded girl, that she's the evil eye, right? I have no idea. That's just what someone was like, hey, this, and this would tell you that. I'm like, okay.
妹が世話になったみたいだな
こそこそ嗅ぎ回っていたところを彼女が見つけてくれてね
She seems completely indifferent to the proceedings. Her posture is slack and only her mouth is moving as she chooses to take a gun. She's kind of cute. I'll say that. Definitely cuter than Kousaka. Kousaka just looks like a certain word. Let's just say that. Kousaka-senpai, on the other hand, wore a confident smile. I guess she's using her power right now. If we wanted to run, I think we could manage it, but it's dangerous to turn our backs to these guys when we don't know what their
君た
abilities
ちの
are.
目的は分かっている。きっと我らと同じだろう。仲間探しだろう。
I don't know. It depends. I mean, it's fine to have comrades, but what is your guys' goals? Like, what are you trying to form a group for? It looks like this guy wasn't really expecting an answer. So let's curl into an arrogant
まずは
smirk.
自己紹介をしておこう。彼女はエンプレス。フードの彼女はゴースト。
Huh. So we got Empress and Ghost.
そして私は司令官リグ・ベーダの長だ。
Y'all sound like you're making up your own crap right now.
ビグベーダー。
そう我らはリグ・ベーダ AF ユーザーによって構成された。
Normally this would be the point I'd go. What the hell is this guy talking about? The Sophie mentioned her organization as well, so it's not surprising that more exist. Is he from another world? That looks human, but there's no proof that otherworlders who are involved in this disaster centuries ago all returned to their world. So what proof do I have that he's really a human? Yeah, he definitely has like a really deep voice. That makes me think he's like, I don't know, something special, right? Might be one of the otherworlders or their descendants. It's possible an organization of users has existed for ages, hidden from the public eye. There are a lot of possibilities as to who this commander really is. I like to think he's just some chuny edgelord, but I've got a sneaking suspicion he's more than that.
呼び出したのは他でもない。要件はたった一つだ。リグ・ベーダに加わりたまえ。我らの同胞として君たちを迎え入れよう。
I mean, I have absolutely no idea what your organization is. Also, you have very interesting eyes. So a lot of these eyes look like they're kind of like a galaxy or something, or stars. His looks like, okay, and bear with me. So you got the white part up here. That looks like the moon, and then you have the blue sky, or whatever, the night sky, and then it looks like the ocean down here, right? That's kind of what it looks like to me, or maybe a lake or something. And then he's got like an interesting, what is that thing called? I have no idea. But he's got like a space in here, and I don't know. Very interesting eyes. Spreads his arms out in an exaggerated manner. The arrogant attitude of his pisses me off. Still, it's true that we need allies, to be honest. His offer is pretty appealing. But yeah, we have no idea what his organization is or what his goal is. Kujo seems to be thinking the same thing. But before I can say anything, she lifts a finger to signal she has a
どうぞ。
question.
何でも聞いてくれたまえ。
あなたたちの目的は何でしょうか。それを聞いてから判断したいです。
そうだな。
He strokes his chin. You know, his hammy acting doesn't really inspire confidence. Yeah, it does come off as very chuny. And even setting that aside, something's clearly off here. Kousaka-senpai's haughty smile hasn't budged an inch, so I can't tell what she's thinking, but... The girl he called Ghost is clearly annoyed. Not at us, at this commander guy. The entire time he's been talking, she's been sighing and clicking her tongue. She's not even tried to hide her irritation. While it's too early to relax, I'm pretty sure these three aren't as united as this guy is trying to make us sound. Well, then I realize that Commander's arrogant attitude starts seeming more comical than threatening. After a long pause, which he probably only took to try to make us sweat, he finally answers Kuzo's question.
我らの目的、それは AF ユーザーの理想郷を作ることだ。
Alright, we can't trust him. Anytime someone says creating a paradise for a certain faction, that just says like, oh yeah, I don't care about anybody else besides us. Okay.
理想郷。
You know, there were some historical figures that you can look back on who probably were thinking the same thing. They wanted to create a paradise for a certain people, or a certain kind of people.
そうだ。AF ユーザーは頂上の力を持った人を超えた存在だ。いずれ必ず迫害されるだろう。そうなる前に我らが支配する。
Okay, I see where you're coming from.
支配って。
力を示す。そうすれば自然と恐れ敬うだろう。新人類たる我ら AF ユーザー。
I mean, that's not like a totally unheard of concept. I see this a lot in games where like people have powers. They're always worried about like people revolting against them, which is funny because I usually hear it from the people who have the powers. Like they're worried about that first before anyone even like persecutes them at all. They're always like ready to fight back. This guy's serious. I can tell from the look in his eyes he actually believes all that BS he just spouted. Should have trusted my gut. This guy's dangerous.
力を示すって言ったな。
ああ、
石化事件についてどう思う？あれがユーザーが力を示した結果だぞ。
素晴らしいね。
あ？
力は存分に振るうべきだ。そのために与えられたのだからな。
人殺しの力だぞ。
それがどうした？
帰るぞ。ソラ、九条。
まだ返事を聞いていないが。
本気で言ってんのか？
I turned back to the commander and glared at him with all my
ふ
might.
ざけんなよ。
Yeah, I
人
caught
殺し
you.
を容認するような連中と組めるかよ。
That's exactly the response I wanted to hear from you.
それが俺の答えだ。
Ah, frick.
君たちは敵だな。
A stigma appears on the commander's face. This guy's crazy. I knew he was dangerous, but I didn't think he'd go straight to using his power on us.
空と九条は逃げろ。戦略的撤退だ。成瀬先生家に駆け込め。情けないが分が悪い。大人に頼ろう。
だったらみんなで逃げれば私も残る。先生の家にはなんで私だけ。誰かは行かなくちゃ。ソラちゃんはもう頑張ってくれたから今度は私が。
いいから二人は行け。やる気になってんのはあの野郎だけだ。1対1なら俺一人でいい。
I like how they're having this whole conversation and he could be just like summoning something right now to kill them.
でもこうなったのは私のせいだから。
まだかかりそうか？
Commander gives me a condescending smirk.
一人でも三人でも構わないぞ。二人が動かないのは私一人で十分だから。
Oh, okay, you're confident.
逃げるのならば追いはしない。臆病者は脅威足りえない。見逃してやろう。
So interesting. It's so Ghost apparently like is annoyed with him. It's very interesting. I wonder why that is.
だが向かってくるのであれば徹底的に排除する。我々の邪魔はさせない。
人を殺してか。
必要ならば。
Yeah, I'm sure everyone would say that, huh?
そっちの二人も。
暴力は嫌いですが能力を存分に使える世界にはしたいことを我慢しなければいけないなんてとっても窮屈ですもの。
説得失敗だな。どうする？逃げるか？
耳か。
分が悪すぎる。
この人たちこのままにしておいちゃダメだと思う。
I also feel like we have nothing against them, though. We're not a very offensive team here.
兄ちゃん私も。
やるしかねえ。
来るか？いいだろう。君たちを我らの敵と認定する。
I mean, because I thought it was the girl in the hoodie is the evil eye user. He could be the evil eye user for all I know. I don't know.
さあ来い。
踏みせぬ者は暴力で排除
Yes,
する。
Noah followed us. I
野
knew
蛮
it.
な思考。それで新人類とは呆れるわね。
何？
は。
It happens the moment we resolve ourselves. A voice like an iron fist and a velvet glove pushes aside the tension. Who is that? Is she on their side too? No, they're just as surprised as we are. And she's on our side. I turn back. Freaking, we know who it is. It's Noah. It's the Parfait Queen. I like how she's embarrassed by it. We've been interrupted by the student from Kuho. Who's always hanging out at Nine Ball. Come to think of it, she was there today too. Did she overhear our conversation and decided to tell us? Also, she's acting like some kind of big shot hero, but... I mean, I want to stay here and see what happens, though. Like, please do not make us leave. Commander Stigma vanishes. Oh, frick. She's that confident, huh? So, gosh, just this route is going so much differently. Like, this is so much better. I like it. We're not having all this build up and this, like, chasing people around. Like, we're actually in the action. This is what I've wanted. Wow, okay. She's actually, like, being way nicer to us. That's a big change. Then turns to glare at the commander. Oh, frick. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Your stigma's in your eye? I was wondering if that was going to be a thing, because, like, you know, the evil eye user, the world eye. Like, I was like, can they have it in their eye? Like, is that where it would be? I wasn't bluffing. The girl's a user, too.
あなたたちが自らの理想のために人々の平安を己が欲望のために踏みにじらんとするなら
Gosh, I would love if she just wiped the floor with them.
その野望は私たち
The
バル
Valhalla
ハラソサイエティ
Society?
が打ち砕く
She flings out her hand and points dramatically at the commander, striking a heroic pose. When did we become the Valhalla Society?
バル
Isn't Valhalla, like, technically where, like, it's like a version of heaven? It's like, why would we be the Heaven Society? I didn't mishear her, did I? She definitely said we, right? It's like, we're a group now. We have a name.
Valhalla Society. そうか。貴様らが
He knows of
実在していたとはな。
He knows of the society. Of course he does.
いや、って
This is the most chooty thing I've ever seen.
それはこっちのセリフリグウェーだあなたたちも目覚めていたとはね
I love how the music's just gotten so casual.
有名なのリグなんとわからないラグナロクを止めることが私たちの使命覚悟なさい
ラグナロクか。見当違いも甚だしいな。
Y'all are so dumb.
我らの目的はヒュージアポカリプスによる世界の再創造だ。ラグナロクの日ではない。
できると思っているのエンシェントエッタプロトコルはすでに発動しているだからバルキリアたる私がここにいるの
What the frick are these two talking about right now? What is going on?
それがどうした？黒の目視録は我が手中にある。貴様らに何ができるというのだ？
I feel like they're like actively, like they're doing a LARP. They're doing a LARP. Unable to keep up, Sora, Kujo, and I exchanged confused glances. We're like, frick, I thought we were about to lose our lives, and then here comes this chick just spouting this crap. What are you guys looking at me for? It's not gonna have any idea what to do. And then Ghost is just like, what the frick, man? Cross notes the hooded girl heaves another sigh, and even Kousaka-senpai looks fed up. What the hell happened? I thought we were about to start fighting for our lives, but now here we're just rolling our eyes. This is way better than I thought it would be. I suppose it's still a pissing match between two users, so I shouldn't let my guard down. I'm surrounded by a bunch of idiots. At least I got my answers about who these guys are. They're no secret society of other worlders. They're just an edge lord and his unwilling companions. The real miracle here is the parfait queen and the commander are somehow carrying on a conversation while making up like half the words they're using. They must both be master communicators in their own special way.
オーディンの名においてあなたを撃つ
やってみるがいい。漆黒の渦。ケイオスタイドの大いなるうねりに貴様ごときが。
おい
Ghost is like, can you shut up?
これ以上くだらねえ話を続けるなら俺は帰るぞ。ユーザーを4人も発見できた。もう十分だろ。今この場でやり合うのは無駄だ。
先ほども申しましたが、暴力は嫌いですの。
Looks like he's a commander only in
今
name.
宵はここまでとしよう。楽しかったよ。
逃げるの？
見逃してやろうというのだ。せいぜい抗うがいい。神の駒遣いたちよ。
This whole episode got so much better. That whole interaction was just great. He's seriously trying to laugh evilly, isn't he? This were a manga, this would be where he teleports away like Sophie, however. He's gonna run away, isn't he? Oh, they're just walking away. I thought he was just gonna run. Just like totally anticlimactic. My good humor vanishes in an instant.
夜道には気をつけろよ、お兄ちゃん。
Oh, Nichan? What? The girl whispers to me as she walks past. And disappears with the others. What do you mean, Oni-chan? Who are you to call me Oni-chan? I'm not your Oni-chan. Get out of here. Thinking you could be my little sister? What you mean? I thought the commander guy was just full of hot air. The way I figured the two girls in his group were more rational and didn't share his opinions, but it looks like I was wrong. No, they're probably both crazy too. The hood girl's expression made it clear that she wouldn't hesitate to kill. Just starts talking about justice, doesn't elaborate any further, leaves. Yeah, can we like talk about that? Like, okay, good. We get to know her name now. At first she insisted she had nothing to say to us, but she folded pretty quickly when I offered to buy her parfait as thanks for saving us. Once we get to introductions out of the way, I asked the question on everyone's mind.
ユーザー
ユーザー、あなたたちはそう呼んでいるよ。じゃあ、アーティファクト、生異物のことね。持っている。
Despite both parties having our own made-up terms, we're able to understand each other pretty well. Yuki casually takes a bite of her parfait. Though I suppose it's possible we're just talking about different things, not realizing it. No, wait, I saw her stigma. She's a user, no doubt about it. What I really want
どう
to
して
know
俺
is...
たちを助けてくれた？
認識を改めたから。
Yeah, she was very suspicious of us before. Now I feel like she's like, not so much. Ucho, who's sitting next to Yuki, glances over at me. I'm confused too. She's talking like she already knew us. Yuki seems to understand our confusion since she keeps going. Well, it's possible she was planning to explain all of this regardless.
私をただの常連だと思っていたようだけれど、私はあなたたちが能力者であることを
What the frick? Now we got another term.
店内であんなに大声で話していれば
Probably.
嫌でも聞こえ
I
る。
mean, Sora is here, by the way, which I'm surprised she hasn't said anything. She overhears us when we talk about Sora's abilities. Come to think of it, she might have been there that day too. My memories are too vague to be sure, but I have an inkling she was.
それ以来、あなたたちのことを警戒していた。
警戒？
そう。力に溺れ、罪を犯すようであれば、私が裁くつもりでいた。いえ、私たちは分かっている。
She puts down her spoon and wipes a bit of whipped cream from the corner of her mouth. Then takes a gulp of her tea and
あな
continues
た
her
たちは
story.
リグベーダの思想に対し怒りを抱いていた。ですね。人が死んでいるのに素晴らしいなんて。信用とまではいかないけれど、少なくとも悪人ではないと思ったの。
So we're not villains, but you won't trust us. That's a little contradicting.
それが助けた理由。
She picks up her spoon and takes another bite of her parfait. She was gonna pass judgment on us, huh? I noticed this back when she first showed up to help. She sure is confident in her powers. While I'm curious what her artifact lets her do, I don't completely trust her yet either. Pretty sure she's not a bad person, but I don't want to reveal all of our cards to her. If we ask about her abilities, we'll be obligated to tell her about ours. There actually is something I'm even more interested in her than her powers.
理由は分かった。ありがとう。部が悪い状況だったから本当に助かった。もう一つ聞いていいか？
Yeah, can we talk about like the Valhalla Society? Like, what the heck was that about?
バル
ワルハラソサイエティ。
そう、それだ。
一言で言い表すことは難しいけれど、わかりやすく説明するならば、
Of course she
世界
founded it.
の平和を守る組織。私が8歳の時に作った。
She founded it before she was even a user.
8歳。いや、私たちって言ったよな。俺たちを数に含めたよな。
そうね、流れで。
I feel like she's trying to say it was a bluff. She's like, hey, y'all are a part of this society too, and there's more of us than you guys, so.
奴らは組織を結成していた。ならばこちらも組織で対抗したかった。
I understand why she would do that. That's a smart idea.
そう。あれはこれ以上ない好機だったわね。
She's talking about us being a team though, and she literally said she doesn't trust us, but she just thinks we're not villains. So I guess. I have no idea.
つまり相手がなんかかっこいい組織名を名乗ったから対抗意識燃やしてノリで言ったってことか？
I think that's pretty much exactly what
端
happened.
的に言えばそうね。思ったの。彼らは悪がリグベーダと名乗った時。
Now, what is Rig Veda?
ここだ。
Is that gonna be like a JoJo's reference? Oh no, she's an idiot. She seems so together during the whole confrontation with the commander. Guess that was basically just acting.
巻き込んだことは謝るわ。責任も取る。リグベーダとの決着は。一人ってパフェと紅茶。
あ、待った待った。
Stop Yuki before she can leave.
何？
連絡先教えてくれ。
言ったでしょ。決着は一人で作る。
Hey, you just made us join some chuny group of yours, so the least you could do is let us, like, be informed about what's going on.
そういう責任の取り方はないだろう。巻き込んだって言うならリーダーとして責任取ってくれ。
Yeah, you frick, take some responsibility.
だろ？勇気が作った組織なんだから。
She's so dumb. She's even easier to handle than
単独
expected.
行動が好きなら俺たちと一緒にとまでは言わない。けどどうせ俺たちもこのまま黙っちゃいない。
いいでしょう。
決まりだな。これ俺の ID。
Show her my phone. Yuki pulls out her own phone and starts tapping away. A few seconds later, I get a message notification. Looking forward to working with you. The message is accompanied by a surprisingly cute bear sticker. Just can't figure this girl out. She does seem to be a good egg.
二人にも教えていいか？
I don't know. I feel like she's an egg that kind of got like shook up or something, you know? Mind if I tell you these two your info too?
じゃあ、ありがとうございました。言ったでしょ。礼には及ばない。
Okay, you freaking weirdo. Yuki walks off in what she probably thinks is a mysterious and cool manner. Sora looks like she wants to say something too, but Yuki leaves the restaurant before she gets a chance to. Sora's been quiet this whole time. She must be feeling down.
一時はどうなるかと思ったけれど、よかったね。4人目の仲間。
ああ、バルなんだっけ。組織がどうたらって話になった時は。
Really? I thought that was freaking hilarious.
笑っちゃいけないけど、私もどうしたらいいのか。
だよな。あのノリにはついていけねえわ。
Yeah, I think that whole interaction was probably one of the funniest parts of the whole game. Like, of episode 1 and episode 2. I was like, that was freaking so funny. So dumb. It looks like she's about to say something to her, but she thinks better of it.
ああ、お疲れ様。
Yeah, like, what the frick is going on with Sora, though? Like, she's never this quiet.
お疲れ様。あ、また。
Kujo grabs her receipt and takes it to the register. Crap, she's totally planning on buying from, or pay for our share too, isn't she? I want to chase after her, but she went out of her way to leave the two of us alone. Guess I can pay her back tomorrow.
腹減ったな。せっかくだし食って帰るか。ほら、何食う？
Move over to the seat across from Sora, pull out a menu and lay it open on the table. Sora gives it a brief glance and hangs her head again. I was hoping to take her mind off what happened for a little while, but I guess that's not working. In that case, I might as well broach the subject.
何があった？
神社。
あ、
Yeah. A little bit surely Sora starts to talk. I don't rush her, I just
着
listen
いた
quietly.
らもう先輩と司令官って人が能力使ってたのに後から来たフードのゴーストって人に胸ぐらこうそれで他にユーザーいるなら電話。
そっか。言ってたな。あいつらの目的もユーザー探し。それと通用するかどうか個人差があるみたいだな。空の能力は。
お兄ちゃんもみやこ先輩も心配してたのに調子に乗って迷惑かけて。
言いたいことはいっぱいあるが、今は一つだけ。無事でよかった。
Sora puts her head in her hands and turns back to me. I push the menu over to her. I bet she's crying right now, but she should be able to see it out of the corner of her eye.
何食う？早く決めろ。店員さん呼んじゃうぞ。
おごり？
アホか、自分で払え。
Hell no.
お前の方が小遣いもらってるだろ。何にする？俺ハンバーグ。
Of course you are.
そう。私もハンバーグ。
オッケー。すいません。
Call a waiter over and place her order. Sora's still feeling glum, but the delicious food helps raise her spirits a little. Sora must be feeling bad since she starts cleaning up her stuff when we get back to my place. Not only does she throw away all the trash she left lying around, she even folds her clothes and repacks them. Once she's done, she zips up her bag and gets to her feet.
じゃあ
風呂まだ掃除してないぞ。
帰ろうかな。
うちに？
うん、3泊もしちゃったし。
Wow, she's actually leaving. Okay.
何今さら遠慮してんだよ。もうこんな時間だし。
いいの？
下着とかまだあるだろ。洗濯もしたし。
うん。
帰りたいなら駅まで送るけど。
泊まる？
その代わり風呂。
わかった。
Wow, she's really happy about that. Normally I find her overbearing, but when she's so straightforward and sweet, well, it's cute.
終わった。
いや早えよ。ちゃんとやれよ。
わかった。
Shut up. Think of it, she's hopeless. I've got to be stricter with her from now on, or she'll let my kindness
あ
go
ん
to
ま
her
り
head.
騒ぐなって何回も言っただろ。
I get up and walk to the bathroom. I need to make sure she's doing her job properly this time. I keep watching until the bath is clean to my satisfaction and return to the living room. We eat some snacks about on the way back and do our homework while we wait for the bath to fill. Once it's full, we take our baths, finish our remaining homework, and watch a movie on my laptop. Sora stifles a yawn. Looking at the clock, I realize it's nearly time for bed. The movie's just ended, so I turn off my
寝
laptop.
るか。
うい。
Sora goes to the bathroom. Once she's done, I finish on my own business. After brushing my teeth and relieving myself, I return to the living room. Sora's already snug in bed. After the first day, she didn't even ask if she could sleep in my bed. She just took it like it was her right. What a cheeky little brat. Sighing, I spread out on the sleeping
電気
bag.
消すぞ。
はーい。
おやすみ。
Oh, Yasumi. That's what I'm freaking doing after this video. It's pretty late right now. Turn off the lights and crawl into the sleeping bag. It's depressing to think I've gotten used to this cramped thing. Granted, it's better than sleeping on the floor.
ね
なんだよ。
え、寝苦しくない？それ。
今言うかそれ。
Yeah, thanks for your consideration.
ベッドで寝なよ。
いいよ。お前意外と神経質だから。
じゃなくて、一緒に寝ればいいじゃん。
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
寝た？
起きてる。
無視すんなよ。
くだらねえこと言ってんなって思う。
本気で言ってんだけど。
なおさらくだらねえ。
なんでいいじゃん。昔はよく一緒に寝てたじゃん。
Yeah, but y'all are older now. That's just
お前
weird.
が。
何？
たく。
ニーヤンの一個下だけど。
知ってるよ。いつまでもガキだなってことだよ。
だよもう。
Her voice trails off at the end. Man, she's such a handful. I get out of the sleeping bag and sit down beside the bed. She pokes her hand out of the covers and I take it. Oh, maybe cute little CG. But despite her apparent disappointment, Sora wears a satisfied smile. Sora's always been like this. She talks big, but she's a total fraidy cat. The one time she watched a horror movie by accident, she was so scared of the dark she started crying when I turned the lights off. She's not gonna be able to sleep tonight unless I'm next to her. While she's grown up enough not to cry about it, she's still as timid as always. We watched an action movie tonight, so I know that's the movie that... It's not the movie that's got her scared. It's those guys. I was worried they were gonna do a lot more than that. Of course, you know. She is still our little sister, after all. I think it's weird that they gave her her own route, but, you know, I digress. Sora and I were raised in a warm, nurturing environment. Neither of us have ever been in a fight. Being grabbed by the collar and threatened was probably more than enough to terrify Sora. Besides... Yeah, I don't want to hear it from that freak show. Ghost words echo in my mind. Looks like she literally got out of an insane asylum. It's obviously a threat, declaration of war even, and the fact that she purposely called me Oni-chan means that she likely is targeting Sora too. Sora's worried voice brings my thoughts back to the present. I must have looked a little scared too. Still holding my hand, Sora closes her eyes. Yeah, let's get some sleep. It'd be easy to dismiss these guys' goals as the powerless delusions of some wannabe supervillains, but it doesn't change the fact that they bared their fangs at Sora at all of us. They're serious about building their so-called paradise. They really believe they've been chosen for a purpose, so they won't hesitate to kill. It's even possible the reason they express happiness over their petrification is that one of them is the culprit. Either that guy or the hooded girl. Even Kousaka-senpai might be the murderer. Even if none of them is the user of the evil eye, it's obvious that they'd be more willing to let them into their ranks. They condone murder after all. That's not something I'm willing to let slide. But most unforgivable of all, they dared to lay a hand on my precious sister.
なんだよ。
まだ手離しちゃダメだよ。
ちゃんと寝るまで握ってる。
うん。あ、目覚ましかけた？
かけた。大丈夫だから寝ろ。
おやすみ。
おやすみ。
It looks like she's finally relaxed enough to go to sleep. A minute later, her breathing comes soft and regular. Sora teased me about only helping Kujo because I wanted to impress her, but now I have a far more important reason to protect this city. Hear me, Rigveda. If you plan on fighting us, if you plan on hurting Sora ever again, I will end you.
あ、明日の朝ごはん。
寝なさい。
はい。
Go to sleep. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show those openings. I'm pretty sure I probably could, but
遅刻するよ。
just gonna cut them out. I'll watch them on my own time. But anyways, guys, I think I wanted to hear. I mean, this was quite the long episode, but there was so much going on, and I'm like, dang, this is getting good. I was actually really happy with that. Like, it got intense, but also like had a lot of comedy. It was a good mix of both. I liked it a lot. Really good episode.